house, you know. Otherwise, I just didn't think they were in the, I didn't know who they were. Oh, and I think there were actually 2 roomers in the house.
Linda.
Okay.
Second cousin of, let's see, second cousin once removed of me.
Yeah,
Mm-hmm.
exactly.
So that's
And
mommy,
because of one
my
generation,
mother is
yeah.
second cousins with you.
Yes.
So we're all third cousins.
that
That's
what
like
it
me
is?
and Rivka.
So your mother's name is?
Joyce Steinhoff. So Frida's son, Maury.
So he went by Maury. Your granddad went by
When
Maury.
I was a kid, he went by Maury, or Red.
And he was a bike maker. He was one of those
He
guys.
was a mechanic.
Their
That's
family
my
book.
grandfather.
Where do you have it?
We bought it. He made it. Todd made it.
Made all these. Made a lot. Todd does genealogy.
They had
That's how we
He
met.
made.
Oh my gosh.
So this.
You're gonna share all this
This
stuff.
one. That's my grandfather. And oh, maybe that's Rose. There's 2 kids not in this picture who came to Houston to live with
The Browns.
the Brands
Wow.
because his wife died. She was young, left all these kids, and they sent 2 of them to live with relatives.
Crazy.
And then they go back in the 1930 census, Jenny. Those 2 kids are back in Illinois, and we never hear of Steinloff in our entire life.
Yeah.
But in 1920, 2 of them are in Houston. In years of the
What was
town.
here?
Well, Pflugerville, Central Texas. I mean, it was like it was a 1-horse road with
Yeah.
a couple of horses tied up to it and a couple of falling down shacks from the turn of the century pictures, you know.
Your grandfather.
Well, Louis Brand, Frida's brother comes with his family, and they settle in Pflugerville, Texas, which, you know, it's a shithole, and there's no running water, no lights, it's just dirt, and there's electricity, all around there, so it's weird.
He came straight from Okachim.
Or wherever.
No, he was not in
They were in
Okeechobee.
Bosnia,
Oh, which is right next.
right next door. They're right
so
next door.
Frida was there because she married my Xavier.
Yes, but I think they were all from the Rizwawa or whatever you call it,
Right.
Bosnia area. But for whatever reason, yeah, Steinloffs were in Okosin
Oh,
or
so
whatever.
he left way before them. Her
Well,
brother.
no, the first
left.
brother comes in like 1875, 1880.
Why?
Well, I don't know that. I don't know. But then I know that. but then when our guy comes, he comes in like 1901, and then Joe Brand is born here. Well, so Joe Brand grows up in Texas. They moved to Houston. He drops out of high school, and he told us the story, and he recorded it, but we don't have the tape.
I might have it.
No, Jenny Reed lost it. So
Oh.
You have someone to blame it on.
So he told us the stories, and then he drops out of school, and he wanted to make it on vaudeville. So he gets on a boat and he goes to New York.
He
And
used to do blackface.
so that's why he goes. So he goes as a teenager to New York, but he comes back like in 1920, and he's back in the house with Annie and his parents. Then I can't find him for a few years, and then a few years later, he's down in the valley. He's between here and McAllen. And his older brothers opened a clothing store in a little town called Mercedes, Texas. So Joe Brand spends like 1925 to 1930 in Mercedes, Texas, and he's writing for a paper. So
Which is by Edinburgh.
yeah, so he's writing.
The hotel we're at's in McAllen.
Okay, so he's writing stories there, but he shows up in the paper every couple of weeks in local entertainment things. There's a fireman ball. He's out there riding his unicycle, and he's tap dancing, and he's wearing blackface, and it's in the paper every week. Joe Brand doing his blackface tap dance. Joe Brand doing his unicycle skit. Joe Brand did a skit with Tex Corder, and everybody laughed. And Joe Brand skits in blackface, and unicycles in the late 20s. And then he ultimately gets here, married, and opens a clothing store.
No, so he comes here, meets my grandmother, but he was a traveling salesman. That was why he came here. He was a traveling salesman for a shirt line. Comes
That's
here,
what he
meets
said.
my grandmother dancing on a table in Laredo across the river. Okay?
Your
And
grandmother was dancing?
No, he was.
The story gets better. Every generation.
He was an entertainer.
He was dancing on the table. Okay?
Frida was dancing on the table.
They fell in love and he married her.
And she was disgusted.
So
by
then they
sitting on
opened the Joe Brand store. Her family was in the jewelry business called Dykey's Jewelry, which was Josephine Dykey's.
I never heard it. We have it on
And
recorded.
then they opened.
That's all.
I'm gonna show you the videos of my grandmother telling the story. Lisa, do you have the videos on your phone?
Frida telling us she was disgusted by that man dancing on the table.
Marion?
When we were at the airport that day and she
No, that's
told us-
not. Well, you have the video on your. I have it on my phone. I'll show you.
I have
the
a
video.
disc. I don't know where it is on
I have everything on my phone. So then,
find it.
They get married, and he opens his store, and it's 200 or 300 square feet men's store, and he has 2 partners from Mercedes, Texas,
Well,
that were his
500.
friends. So he opens a store, and he becomes like the thing. Every Mexican dignitary, movie star
Presidents,
is shopping with him,
governors,
and he's
bullfighters,
bringing all the brands that
movie
everybody's
stars.
wanted forever and ever that nobody ever could have in a little podunk town like Laredo. So his business takes off, and he's like super successful. And they would even paint the furniture and do the windows at night, and they did. So Fina would do the books, Jojo would do all the displays. Fina was my grandpa,
So we
and
called them Fina and JoJo.
we called them Fina and Jojo. And so they would do all this, and his business grew, and he decided to put an air conditioning in the store, and it was the first
His
business in
partners didn't
Laredo
want to pay
with an
for
air conditioning. And
he
his
had to
partners,
buy out the partners in order to do it.
they got furious.
So they were out.
Because they spent money that was unnecessarily spent,
Sure.
according to them. And so they had,
That must have been popular fast.
So he bought them
Very
out for
fast.
$500.
okay,
Wow. And that stayed the family business?
that's our family business that me and Lisa still
It's
have.
still the
Even now.
family business.
We
today?
still have the family business.
You need to go see their store. It's incredible.
All because of an air conditioner that they wouldn't pay for?
Those 2 guys were
Incredible.
out. Yeah, those 2 guys were out.
I bet their family is a whole different story.
He was
So
basically
then all
the first
this-
air-conditioned store in downtown
Okay, my
Laredo.
mom's gonna tell you now.
No, his ads in the paper were only air-conditioned store in Laredo.
Yeah,
That was a big deal.
sure. People used to go to the movies just for the air conditioning. Now they went shopping.
Naomi's father, when they first came out with air conditioning, he was in Brooklyn or whatever, and
In the cars.
in the cars.
Yeah.
And so they were driving around, him and his buddies, with the windows up, and like they're
They
so
wanted
cool
to
that
make
they
it
have.
look like they could afford air conditioning, so they would drive with the windows up, but they were dying of heat.
Oh, that's
Because they
hysterical.
didn't have air conditioning, but they wanted to look cool, and that's funny. That's how the
something.
story goes.
So wait,
So-
what's the name of the store now?
Joe Brand. My
Brand.
grandfather's name.
Yeah.
Right.
And the signature was his signature. It's
The
still
logo. The logo.
all our stationery, our
The
logo. It's on our everything, even our front door handles.
That's
that's great.
incredible. Oh yeah, we
It's like
definitely
10
have.
minutes from here.
So we
15 minutes,
definitely
you
have
have
to
to
stop
go.
by.
Oh, did you guys take Del Mar to?
No, I'm super excited to hear about the gefilte fish because I saw the pictures and it looked marvelous, and it's so exciting to hear. Like you get, I love when anyone takes anything really seriously. So talk to me about the gefilte fish. How's it work?
After I catch them and I fillet them. and
Wait, hold on.
clean 'em,
Are you honest? You
I go
really
fishing.
catch them? Where?
Out here, 20 miles out on the northwest side of town at my uncle's 5D farm is what it's called, the ranch. Yeah, or wherever anybody lets us go fish and catch.
Okay, and
Our
so
fishing
but like,
tank has no
but you have to
fishing
catch the right fish.
Well, we like them with bass because bass is just delicious.
Okay.
It's clean white
Oh,
light
okay.
fish.
Okay.
And sometimes if we don't catch enough, then we've got a supplement. We use snapper
Okay.
and other fish, but snapper and bass is what we did this year.
All right. So just out of curiosity, how long does it take for you to go out and just to catch them alone? How long does that
If you
take?
can catch them and quick, I don't know. We went on weekends on Sundays and we went a couple of hours, and it's nice to hang out, go on the boat, catch a few, and whatever. It's just part of the fun.
But that's now. When did you decide that had to be part of the process? That you're actually going to catch?
About 20 years ago.
More.
When Dad started, it was about 20 years ago,
No,
no?
because Ben
In the
used to come
90s.
in and do it too. Ben used to come. It was in the 90s.
the
Maybe
90s.
not 90s. After my grandmother died, and she was no longer making them, my father was doing it at home, and I'd help him. And Mom and Cha-Cha.
I grossed out. I wouldn't do it.
I hate
And so anyway,
And then she'd do them through this. Tell them what to do, and then she puts them in the meat grinder.
I'm going to show you the meat grinder. But this is just an attachment to the KitchenAid deal. It's this. Put it in here. It attaches.
Make a disgusting.
How many gefilte fish loaves or pounds or what did
we
you?
made about 130 fish balls around the size of an egg. And
How many
that was
people were at
with
the Seder?
20 pounds of fish meat.
So how many fish? How many fish is that?
It depends because I caught one that was a 7-pounder, and then I
Oh.
caught some that were like 1.5 pounders. So it's all relative, you know. It all just depends on that.
So once you get all right, so walk me through it.
This
You bring
has
the
been around
you,
forever.
you bring
you
the
can't do it without this.
Listen.
okay.
You bring the fish.
Because this is all done in my father's handwriting, okay? But this, and it tells you how to put the little blades in so that it's grinding it just right, and I've got it all in here. So that's, that's what this is.
But you want to know how you take
All right,
care
yeah,
of the
yeah.
fish.
You walk in the house, you got the fish. What happens
I
next?
clean them. I've got an outside sink and I clean them.
She
I get my
fillets them. She
electric
fillets them
knife.
away with a knife. She has a filleting knife.
I do it with an electric knife and I just fillet.
She takes off all
I
the.
save the fish heads because we need that to make the broth with, because you boil the balls in the broth.
Okay. Okay.
We've
All right.
got the
So you
cornmeal
flay them.
and
All
the
right. Then what?
matzo
Well,
meals
keep going. So
Do all the
you
ingredients.
skin them.
Fillet them. What do you do?
I save them. I save the
And
fillets.
you put them in here.
I put them in here. This thing's attached.
That's it. So once they're flayed, the whole thing goes in.
Well, we cut them in small enough
All right.
pieces so that they fit in here.
And they come out like ground fish, like ground
It's
beef.
just grinding meat. I mean, like grinding meat or chicken. You're just grinding.
So you sleep well that night after you're done making? I mean, how many days did you spend on just the fish? I mean, from the preparation.
I'll freeze them. No, I'll freeze whatever I catch, right? And we'll just have kind of reserve a little, and I'll
And
just
so,
accumulate.
how did you get the mantle of responsibility of the?
Hunting and fishing and doing all those things. So
Yeah, but of
that
all the
life is
family,
easy.
you're the one that owns this process, right? Like you're the one. Like,
No, he's not gonna help. She's not gonna help. He'll eat him. She'll eat him. No, Terry's the non-hunter in the family, so Terry didn't never. She would go fishing with just the weight on the end, and oh no, I'm gonna hit a fish in the head. I can't do that. Okay. So
Okay.
Terry's off the plate on that one. The rest of us, including my mother, all go hunting, fishing, doing everything like that. So that's okay, right? Let me show you. But this book's been around forever, and it was my grandmother's, my father's mother. It's an old book.
oh, this is great.
Art of Jewish cooking.
Oh my gosh, that's
I
great.
don't know where this, how, what, where. And in here, and we tweak it every year. So, there's different recipes for fish, for gefilte fish.
Look at all these
Okay,
notes.
but, right, and we tweak it and we tweak it and we tweak it. So there it is. And this is 2019 and we did, whatever we made. This was a total of 15 pounds and we made 96 fish balls.
So was this? How did this year's
I think our
catch
fish
compare?
balls were bigger because we had more weight and fewer balls. So they were bigger balls.
That's amazing.
Here it is.
That is glorious. That's
We
amazing.
had over almost 24 pounds and it was half snapper, half banks.
Wow.
But,
All right.
and we
That's
tweaked
amazing.
everything.
Well, thank you.
Then-
All right. Any other tricks that for anyone who's doing this, like in terms of the preparation? Any secrets
If
there?
you want it to be completely from scratch and you gross out cleaning your own fish, then just go buy the fish. That's the only advice I can give.
So my mom's grandfather, Louis Brand, marries Jenny Leffelholtz, her grandmother, in Bochnia or somewhere. And they come in 1901, and 5 Leffelholtzes leave Bochnia and come in 1901. 3 come to Texas and 2 go to New York. And I'm putting the tree together, and my mom asks me about one person. She says, "You missed one." And I said, "Well, who?" She said, "What about Leffert?" Well, Leffert was a guy.
Leffelholtz?
No, so this is so it's interesting. So I couldn't find Leffert Leffelholtz, but I found Arthur Leffelholtz.
Okay.
This man, as he's grown up, just changed his name
Very
from Leffelholtz
smart.
to Leffert, and his last name became Holtz, Holz.
Oh.
So his name was Leffert Holtz.
Oh, that's hilarious.
So I find this guy and I put him in the tree, and lo and behold, I found his children today who were.
than Crosby being called.
His wife is in Palm Springs.
Oh,
She's still alive, Ruth. She's like 100.
yeah.
But I found him. No, that's not his wife. Oh, that's Leffert's wife. Okay.
That's his wife.
But so there's a whole bunch of these that are Holtzes.
On
The
the
name
way out of the
changed.
cemetery, out of Waldheim, when you walk the path where a lot of our family is, including Frida Brand, there's Gimplowitz. That's
Gimple.
right
They hear the
there.
same
And
Gimple.
every time I pass by, I think, I am so sorry that your parents named you Gimple, and your last name is Gimplowitz.
When I go find this other man that came in the 1920s, and I'm looking and I find out, oh my God, Alex Berger came first on the Deutsch side, and he was in Oklahoma. I find that on his immigration papers,
The witness.
the witness was a Brand, So the Brand and Deutsch families met in Oklahoma
They were
10 years prior
already-
to a Deutsch and Brand getting married in Laredo, unbeknownst to each other. These families are already met in Oklahoma 10
Were they
years prior.
from the same town?
No, one's from Hungary, one's from Poland, one's from Austria.
Oh.
Or from
Austria,
Poland.
that's not Poland.
Yeah, the Brand ends up in
Right, well,
Oklahoma.
Okachim went back and forth.
Brand ends up in Oklahoma, but then the Hungarian, who's really Slovakian now, Alex Berger, he ends up in Oklahoma too. I mean, our family, both sides, and they met there 10 years before.
Right.
So this kind of stuff happened. I guess these Jews got to small towns and they'd meet each other.
Richard.
Exploded northward.
Right or left?
Take a left. So my dad owned this piece of land, and we'd come feed cows out here when we were kids.
Wow.
And then as the city started growing around it, he turned it into a residential development in the 80s.
And just sold off pieces.
Sold
of
off all the
land.
lots, and he kept 4 lots.
And the sister who moved to Miami.
So Terry, Lisa, and my mom, all 3 live in this neighborhood. They all live within a couple of blocks of each other.
Okay.
I live in the next neighborhood over.
Okay.
But we're going to go on the right lane. Yeah, we're gonna turn right. Yeah, so when we were kids growing up in this town, it was about 40,000 people. And like these roads none of this existed, I remember. And we were always on we were always in downtown and in Mexico. The city was sort of like one city. You'd go back and forth.
Oh, interesting.
And you didn't care. You'd ride your bike across, you'd go eat lunch, you'd go eat dinner. It was one
It was
city.
just a suburb.
Yeah, Laredo and Laredo, both there were like one city.
Yeah.
Well, no, Mexico was always bigger. There was more to do there.
Uh-huh.
All the restaurants were there, whatever. So we'd go
So
there.
you just say I'm going into Mexico.
And in
no
about
big
the
deal.
last 18 years, it just came to a screeching halt with the drug wars. And the drug wars became dangerous. I mean, everything shut down. When I started dating Marcella back in 08, she was living in the Mexican side.
Okay.
And I would be in my backyard. I lived near the river, and I'd be hearing guns and bombs. And I'd be telling her, "Don't go outside. Don't leave your house tonight." And she would be saying, "What do you mean it's fireworks?" I'm like, "No, it's not fireworks. We're going to go under the highway and turn south."
Just follow
So you
this.
guys drove I-35 down
Yeah.
from San Antonio and Dallas, probably.
Yeah. Dallas down to Austin. We visited a friend in Austin. Just quick breakfast on Friday.
Okay.
Then San Antonio.
And then you came down 35. So this is I-35, and it dead ends into the river. Mile zero's at the river. So we're going to get on there and go like 3 miles south.
So cool. Am I gonna have to start speaking Spanish?
Probably won't. We're going to go to downtown Laredo, which is a ghost town now.
That's
Man.
so sad that they
Well, the drug
sucked the
war.
life out of the whole city.
The
there.
drug war did it.
And did people move away?
No. The city business boomed. But I mean, the cities boomed because of international trade, but the downtown centers that were sister to each other,
So all those restaurants you ate at as a kid, gone?
mostly gone, and some have moved. Some have moved to this side now.
Am I going left?
Yeah, going left here. So there's parts of this town you drive through it, and like on some of the southern areas, you wouldn't think you're in the United States. You're truly in third world.
Well, when I
Mexico.
was driving just to the house here,
You see
I
some of
turned
that.
down side streets and I was like, are you sure we're going to like a residential
You don't need to-
neighborhood?
yeah, it's a weird town.
Yeah.
And there's only like 2 nice residential neighborhoods. It's full of trailer parks. It's full of shanties. It's very poor.
So is that there's a big difference in classes?
Massive. It's extremely poor, and then a few rich people. A lot of rich people and a handful.
And they live in these 2 neighborhoods.
Pretty much everybody lives there, and they built it. Yeah, between there, there's a country club, and so
So now, do people live in Mexico and work over here?
A
Like
ton.
come every day?
but that's how it always was. Yes, and it's harder to cross the bridges now with all this stuff going on, so it's changing.
Were there a lot of illegal people working here?
Well, like I have 2 housekeepers that come to my house during the week. They're both illegal.
Okay.
One lives on this side, and one lives in Mexico. And the one, I don't know how she crosses every week.
Right. How does she get back and forth?
She walks across the bridge. You're going to see it in a minute. She walks across the bridge, and then takes a bus or taxi to our house. Yeah, every day.
And the fear of being stopped
Is massive.
on that walk.
It's not on the walk. It's once there. The walk is on the bridge. once they get across the bridge, they're scared to death. Once they get on this side, they didn't used to be. It's just a new thing under Trump.
Now,
you know,
are there ICE agents chilling out down here,
There's-
nabbing people?
all day long. You probably have more ICE agents per capita here than you have in any city in America. You have more law enforcement. It's crazy.
Well, when we were driving, it was cop.
No, when you go to a
U.S.
restaurant,
Border Patrol.
when I go sit at a lunch restaurant, half the people are wearing blue or green uniforms.
Really?
And yeah, no, it's a massive law enforcement. It's the biggest port in America.
Right.
Bigger than Los Angeles, bigger than New York, bigger than Miami. More goods
Land
come through here.
port.
Biggest port, period.
Bigger than Miami?
Bigger than all of them. And so everything comes through this town. We have 4 trade bridges.
Because Mexico produces so much?
Because of NAFTA. And because all the Chinese goods now come through Mexico to here. It became the biggest port many years ago
So
after
shouldn't
NAFTA.
it be a really wealthy town?
Well, no, you got truck drivers and forklift operators and the wealthy business owners, but you don't. And it's a lot of this. We have millions of square feet of warehouses where goods just come in and they get
They sit.
distributed out of here. Well, they don't sit. They hit Laredo and then they go all over the country.
Well, I know when I've tracked shipments of odds and ends over the years, they've come through Laredo.
Oh, really? Okay.
Yeah, you know, like because we used to ship down to South America for work for Todd's company that exported lubricants, and stuff went out through Laredo.
Okay, you're gonna hit a stoplight up there. It's the end of the highway.
Okay, it's the end of America, I think.
It is, and you got to get in the right lanes. We're gonna. We'll go. What I want to show you, we're gonna take a ride up here before.
Like I want to see like
I'll show you stuff.
McDonald's say like last McDonald's in America. There, Todd.
I-
International bridges to Mexico.
You may not. Everything
that sign?
everything from here, we're about 4 blocks to the water. It's become dead and a ghost town because of this highway, because of the trucks, and because of the drug war. It just shut off downtown Laredo, made it inaccessible, and that's where all our families.
So as a kid, you just rode your bikes down here.
We'd come from, we lived down over here to this way, so we'd ride down here. My parents were down here. Everyone was downtown. You'd walk downtown, half the merchants were Jews. You know everybody, Let's get in the right lane, and we'll just go further. Actually, what we'll do is we'll just stay here all the way to the end.
Oh, that's the border.
That's the border. We're going to go past it to the right, and we're going to go on the very last street in Laredo to the
Okay,
right.
warning. Illegal to carry firearms and ammunition into Mexico. I did not bring my gun. By Mexican law. To
These
me,
cars
the
are so weird.
the whole idea of Mexico to me is like lawlessness and
It is now.
chaos,
I think
except
it
for
is.
like Cancun.
Yeah. What's not Cancun? I think Cancun's very dangerous now, but
Is it?
I won't go there.
Well,
We used to go there.
I was looking earlier if it made sense to travel to anywhere from here.
Very
Like,
hard.
but
Can't
you have to
travel
go
from here.
through an international airport anyway, so it doesn't matter.
Okay, so Ueta, just real quick, that's my sister Jenny's father. He owns this business. It's Ueta. They're duty-free stores. They're on every border and on every border town in America between Canada and Mexico. So that's what they do. Okay, so up here after this
Wait, isn't that what Phallic does? Huh?
Phallic, that's their business. Duty-free America. So right
Yeah.
here, you have to turn right.
If I were,
Oh no, okay, let's go straight first. Let's do this. I didn't know you could do this.
Okay.
No, okay, this is going to take you straight down to the river. So these are the bridges. They're always chock full. They don't
Oh
move.
wow! Look at that.
And that's the pedestrian bridge is over here on the right. And
So that's Mexico.
that's Mexico.
Ah!
And that's the internet. That was the first bridge. Now we have 4, but now that's just almost a pure pedestrian.
So
bridge.
where am I? I'm in the U.S.
You're in the U.S. You've passed downtown. You're
Oh,
between
look at
downtown
Border
Laredo.
Patrol, Todd.
Yeah, so you're between Laredo and Mexico right now. It's sort of like a DMZ kind of area.
Wow.
These are all
Airboats.
airboats for the guys on the river, yeah, for the border patrol.
So people were coming over through this river.
You could be walking on this bridge, and you used to see people just walking underneath, walking its waist high.
Right or left?
Either way, I don't know. We're just driving down by the river. Let's drive here.
Are people picnicking over here? That's Mexico, Todd.
Well, across the river, yeah.
Do you see that building that says Mexico on it?
It's the Custer's building.
Wow.
this is this mall that they built down here and tried to generate business. It's just they can't revitalize downtown. We're going to drive through downtown in a second.
So is this? Like,
Okay, you can turn.
I mean, this
you
looks
know,
nice.
Turn right here. Yeah, because that's just the river. Now, if you turn right here, we're going to go into downtown Laredo, and it's an old 1800s and 1900s downtown, and it's really run down.
Yeah.
When we were growing up, it was fun and it was vibrant. You couldn't get parking. The streets were packed. It looked like a mini New York. I
Okay,
mean,
Tom,
sidewalks.
do you see this street to Mexico? It
Yeah, if you
literally
turn right
says-
there, you're stuck. You can't turn around. If you go that way, you end up in the bridge.
Wow.
So downtown Laredo was just this area north of the river, and the residences were over here. All the business people live there, and then all the shops were here to the right.
It thinks I'm on the wrong. Okay, can you close your Apple Maps, Tom? 'Cause it thinks-
Full of that. Downtown's full of that. City, everything was like that all over the city.
I know, but I don't want to kill anyone.
And so downtown has died, and you see this now. It's mostly boarded up buildings.
But these were businesses.
Yeah, so like if you take a left on this
Till
one,
when? Till 18 years ago?
until about it started dying in the in the 1980s. Go left. It started dying in the 1980s. Mexico had some big currency devaluations, and the purchasing power went to nothing. Oh wow, you can't take a right here. Okay, we'll take a right at the next one. And the purchasing power went to nothing. And then you had some oil devaluation, you had some oil stuff. So after the 80s, it just got bad. And then 90s, you got NAFTA. Just trade changed. It just changed from a small town to a big town. And then we built the malls, and everything started building north in Laredo and downtown. Just got obliterated with that.
Oh,
Let's take a
Farragut.
ride.
That's a city near here.
Well, Farragut was a Spanish general, I believe.
Yeah, I've seen that.
Okay, so when that was a building, that was one of my grandfather's and father's clothing stores when I was growing up. Now it's a boarded up whatever. We're gonna take a ride. And so yeah, this was the downtown area, and so that was my granddad's original store. And that was the big, and that was the store.
You see it, Tom?
And there's a cop out there. We can see what he's doing. So this is the deal. This was a 3-story store, basement and that. And this is where my granddad and dad made all their money for. And then in the 1980s, we moved to the mall.
But does your family still own this building?
Me and my 3 sisters own this building, and they will not let me sell it for anything. And I mean, it just cost us. It's so stupid. I've been trying to sell it for 15 years.
I know, but
And they won't let me
there's
sell
that
it.
emotional piece of
It costs
it.
like 25 grand a year to keep it.
All right, but that's only 25 grand.
For,
Downtown in any other city.
I've been keeping it for.
Where you go?
Okay, over the last 12 years, I've spent over
Right.
300 grand on this
There,
building.
right.
It's empty. This is what they use it for. I mean, it's empty. They have old fixtures, old clothing. It's a warehouse for my sisters. And it was a really awesome, fancy men's store, back in
Wait,
the
you
40s.
can see all the windows.
My granddad was all about windows. Yeah.
Which is long before Macy's was doing it. Portofino.
So then, my grandfather owned many businesses all over downtown, and one of them was called Portofino.
Yeah.
It was another clothing store. But a few years ago, I rented this to a friend of mine, and he used it.
Now, what are the chances? Yeah.
It's really bad. Oh my
But
God.
what are the chances that this is ever coming back?
Never. People have been
Why?
trying to get downtown Laredo to come. I need to take a photo of this.
What if somebody poured in, millions and
But you'll never get any money. We have city councilmen, we have business owners.
with all the commerce that's going back and forth because no one lives here, no one's going shopping.
Wait, are any of these places still open?
Well, I know that restaurant is Shulax. That was a cool men's store. And then with that copper little
Yeah.
thing, and this Jewish family owned it forever. They moved. They live in Dallas now.
What if you turned it into warehouse space for all the trucks that come by?
When you do that on the warehouse districts.
But this couldn't be one of them. It's
No,
closer.
so the warehouses are 1 million square feet. They're massive. You can't imagine how big they are.
And half the people are still living there.
People are living in these homes. Don't kid. This is fully occupied. But like these kind
And
of
what
things,
are they
like
doing?
this,
they're
Well,
working.
well, sure.
In warehouses,
Well,
forklift
yeah.
drivers.
I mean, there you go. We don't have a lot, you know. But that's
Left,
how.
straight?
No, you can go left. But it was like these kind of things. This is what Laredo downtown used to look like, and it was really neat because all of them were in nice shape. Everything was well kept.
Yeah.
Wow.
That's super old.
Look
That's
at that
that's
tiny
1800s.
little house.
That was a business always. You know, that's probably 1800s. That's how it was. It's not gonna come back.
How sad to see a city really die, but it's weird because right down the block, hundreds of people are going by every day.
Tens of thousands. I think 16,000 18-wheelers cross the bridge a day.
Oh my
16,
gosh.
18,000. It's a crazy number. But so this was old Laredo, and when I was growing up, this was all real clean, and then all the wealthy houses were down there. It's just everything's run down.
Can you get to the side of town where these 1800s houses are? I'd love to see one.
What do you mean?
You mean the
where
nice
those-
ones?
Oh, the nice ones? Well, yeah. If you go that way and take a left, we can go down that way. I'll show you where. Well, where the
Does your family still own that property where your grandparents were?
house I'm going to show you, we sold it. So Joe Brand moved here in 1931 and married my grandmother, and my grandmother, her father was
She's
from Russia.
from here, but
Well,
she
yeah,
was born
she
here.
was born here, but her father was originally Russian or Lithuanian, and he ended up here in the late 1800s and stayed here. And so we'll go by his house, and we sold that house a few years ago. We kept it. I mean, shoot, my grandmother died in '69, and we kept the house for 50 years and just let it run down,
International Bridge number 1?
Yeah, we just did a square little circle around it. Yeah, there's the two bridges. We went. Go by it.
So all those cars on that bridge, who are those people?
I don't know, it could be anyone. I mean, from Monterey, they could be truck drivers, they could be maids coming here, they could be people living here. I mean, a lot of people, like when I worked at the bank, half of the employees lived in Nuevo Laredo in the 90s, and they would just come back and forth to work every day. Marcella lived her whole life in Nuevo Laredo, but she never went to school there. Her mom would bring her to U.S. schools every day. Most of the wealthy Mexican kids go to parochial schools here. Or public schools even, yeah.
Interesting. And there's a Jewish community in Monterey?
I think in Monterey there's a huge Jewish community.
And that's how far from here?
150 south. 150 miles. It's a nice
okay.
drive, and then
So
when you
that's
get
a
there, you're in
bit
the
of a
mountains.
drive.
It's like from here to San Antonio. And it's, Monterey's a really neat city. It's a cosmopolitan city. It has everything. In the 90s, I was going down there just to hang out with my friends and go down there for weekends. It was so nice. So here you get into the judicial part. You have courthouses and courthouses, and you have a huge new federal courthouse.
Oh, wow. They're
And
building even.
yeah, then because this is for immigration
Yeah.
crime. City Hall, and then there's a big brand new federal courthouse right there, and behind it they took like 4 city blocks. And then so we're going to go into the residential area. It's mostly, I don't know if anybody lives in the homes. I think they're mostly lawyers' offices now. Wow, that's Southern Sanitation.
Now, there's got to be businesses
Not
that
many.
need to stick employees in cheap places
Not really
and just
here.
have them bang out work, like how they're doing in Israel. Like these companies are hiring Israelis
Like light
to work in
manufacturing?
America. Not even manufacturing, title companies.
Mm.
You know, people who just sit and do paperwork. And office space is too expensive.
So you do it from home.
So, well, but not everyone is set up for that.
Like, look at that's a neat
HIPAA
old
and
building.
stuff.
That building, that 3-story building,
Yeah.
someone's just dilapidated with some neat old building at some
Look
time.
at that. But it looks like it was beautiful.
But who's going to maintain it? Our building, our city councilman wants us to keep dumping money into it. I keep telling them not dumping a dime into it.
Yeah.
It's really sad what happened to this town.
Sure. And those outlet stores, do they
The
make...
city got behind that. They got some investors, and they can't ever get it off the ground. Nobody wants to come back down to this part of town. It's weird. And so I'm 61. My business partner